Welcome back to Triple L Sports Talk. I'm Josh. That's Bryce. Roy quit on us. Not here this week. Not
Yeah.
taking his excuse either. Um, Pod 76. Yep. Let's go over this. Let's go over our picks real quick because they'll be quick this week. Bryce still leads 79 wins. He has slowed down. The Rays have hurt you recently. They haven't done as well, and the Angels have also slowed down. I'll tell you what though, your Tigers are rolling.
Yep. I told you they'd
Uh,
be good.
Dodgers, they've been okay. They've still slowed down a little bit. I mean,
They've
they
also played the Cubs. This is their third time playing the
yeah,
Cubs, so
and whenever
and I
you
have
play,
both of them.
yeah, whenever you have two teams play, it's hard to get like weeks or days where you get like 5 or 6 wins. It's
Yeah.
you just get like 2 or 3. Um, Roy is actually in second. He's 8 back of Bryce. Roy has had the Guardians really heat up, the Brewers heat up, and his lower tier has played better. The Pirates have 9 wins, Athletics have 10. Um, and I'm 2 back of Roy, 10 back of Bryce. So both of us have made ground on Bryce. Um, Braves have picked it up. I think winners of 5 of their last 6. I don't. That doesn't have today's win, even though they did. The Royals have not played very well, but the Nationals have played pretty well, and the Yankees have played well. So we're all right there. It's pretty close. But 79 for Bryce, 71 for Roy, 69 for me. I like 69. I think it's pretty nice. And we are ending the end of the month. Next week we will not be able to make a change officially, but we will do it on the podcast. It'll be like 2 days later.
Yeah.
So next week will be the first time we can make adjustments. Um, and that's all I got for that. Let's go over the MLB standings. I'm gonna just burn through them. In the East, Yankees lead 15-10. Boston 1 game behind, 14-11. Toronto 12-12. Orioles slow start, 9-13. Tampa Bay 9-14. In the Central, Detroit half a game lead, 15-10. 15-10, excuse me. Cleveland half a game behind, 14-10. Kansas City, not playing very well, 10-14 in third. Twins bad start, 8-15. Chicago in last, 5-18. Out west in the American League, Texas leads 14-9. They did just lose Corey Seager though, onto the IL. Astros 12-11. Seattle also 12-11. Angels drop up to 11-11, and Athletics 10-13. So everyone in that division has double-digit wins. In the National League out east, Mets on an absolute hot streak, 7 in a row, 18-7. Phillies 13-12. Marlins surprisingly 11-13. Nationals 10-13, and Atlanta up to double-digit wins, 10-14. Central Cubs lead 15-10. Milwaukee game and a half, 13-11. Cincinnati 12-13. Cardinals 10-15, and the Pirates 9-15. Out west, Padres 17-8. I'm gonna say that's the best record. Nope, the Mets now have it. So take that
Yep.
back. 17-8. Dodgers half a game back, 16-8. San Francisco game and a half back, 15-9. Arizona all the way down in 4th place at 14-9. And then there's the Rockies, 4-18. That is your standings. Bryce, you got
Yeah.
anything
And
from
I
it?
talked about last week how they had 3 wins, and I bet against them all 3 times. They busted my 7-leg parlay for $700 with their 4th win of the season. So
Nice.
really been screwing me, Rockies.
You really don't like the Rockies. Man, you should bet on them all the time. Then you can give me money and
Well, the moment that the Brewers play the Rockies, I'm dropping bags on them.
how about you just bet on the Rockies every game, but then give me $2,000 and I'll bet Rockies World Series winner. We're gonna win something, aren't we?
Undefeated, yeah.
Undefeated World Series champ. I think that's a
Yeah.
good play. When you look at the standings, you got anything?
The biggest thing that jumps out to me is the Mets hot streak. I know we kind of talked about them being slow. Juan Soto was bitching, not getting the same type of pitches you would get with the Judge in the lineup. Uh, Pete Alonso is a similar type of guy. Obviously not Judge, but similar. They still have Frankie. They have several good players in the lineup. I don't see that as an excuse, but now they're hot. I kind of mentioned this whenever we were drafting our teams. I think that the Mets have the ability to have the best record in baseball. I couldn't believe that neither one of you took them. I just couldn't because I had Dodgers and Cubs already.
Yeah,
Uh,
he loves his 2 favorite teams.
I actually don't like the Dodgers at all. I've watched more Dodgers games than almost Cubs games this year because that's all they fucking played is the Dodgers versus Cubs. This is our third series against them in the first month of baseball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane. I'm super ready for next month for the Cubs. I don't know if you checked our schedule. It is the easiest in baseball, so hopefully we have the best record next week. If you missed the game last night, Dodgers Cubs, one of the best games I've ever watched in my life. You should go back and watch the highlights. Up 5-4 most of the game. Pulled it to a 3-run lead. Gave it all up +3 in the 8th, or in like the 7th. The 8th brought it back to 1 with a Kyle Tucker home run. And then last out, home run, Miguel Amaya in the bottom of the 9th to send it to extras. And then first pitch of extras, Ian Happ single to score from second. Electric. It feels like October already in Wrigley, even though I'm getting super excited. This is the best Cubs team I've ever watched since 2016. It's not even close. That's all.
All you got? Yeah, when I look at the Mets, they had a 4-game set against the Cardinals at home, and they should. I'm not saying they should win all 4, but because that's just hard to do in baseball. But they should beat the Cardinals. They should. They're much better. The only question mark, everybody knew that offense was going to be good, even if it had a slow start the first 2 weeks. It's that pitching staff, and they've pitched well, actually really well. So that's why they're off to a good start. But I don't take a whole lot of stock in the Cardinal series, but they did just sweep the Phillies. I do take stock in that.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
So, and to be fair, they should have lost today, but they battled back and won. I talk about the Cubs a little bit. I mean, just scorching hot offense. All of them. Every one of them is hot. I enjoy it for Pete Crow Armstrong. He's the 7th best fantasy player in my league right now, and I'm tanking. I have 2 players on like a roster of 20 that are in the minors. They literally can't get points, and I'm winning. It's ridiculous. I'm 2-1 and about to beat the guy in second to go to 3-1, and I'm tanking. I'm literally trying to lose.
Ranked like the 5th most productive player in baseball right now.
Yeah.
And 6th is Kyle Tucker. So, I mean,
Kyle Tucker has most points in our league.
That's because he has the most RBIs, and he's like 3rd in home runs. It's
home
crazy
runs
what he's playing.
For batters, home runs, and stolen bases. That's why Pete Crow Armstrong is so high, because he gets on base. You get points for runs, you get points for hits, you get more for extra base hit, all those things. And every time Pete Crow Armstrong gets on base, steals, and then scores.
That's why he's been hitting bombs the last 2 weeks. He hit one last night and then should have hit another in the 9th. The wind kind of knocked it down right in front of the basket. He thought it was gone the whole way.
And the Cubs are scorching hot offensively. They just are. But that bullpen is a problem. I mean, they give up so many runs. And I'm not saying, you can have bad stretches as a pitching staff. So, I would assume it's going to regress down to or progress forward. But that offense has got to take a step back eventually. They're just all scorching. But to me, they are by far the best team in the Central. Milwaukee plays good baseball. So I think they can give you a good run, at least for a while. Maybe not forever. But, I mean, they are the best team in the Central.
It's just we've had that small ball lineup forever. We run bases hard and we hit singles. You throw Kyle Tucker into the mix, and now you have somebody who's driving in every run. That's why he's leading That's why he's leading the league in RBIs right now.
Oh, he's a stud. The position I look at the most regressing at the Cubs has got to be catcher. I mean, eventually, Carson Kelly has got to come back down to a player he was.
But him and Miguel Amaya, it's making Miguel Amaya play better. So they're both feeding off each other, trying to fight for the spot and playing better.
But both of those guys are not 390 hitters. They just.
Oh yeah, I know that. But you don't know that. You don't know that until they stop.
It's true. I agree, but I'll take my chances and say they come down to earth, especially Carson Kelly. Miguel Amaya, I don't think he's not hitting 400.
No, he's hitting like 260 or something like
that. That's believable. But Kelly's got, I mean, I bet on the Cubs one day, and Kelly went deep twice. I think it was against Arizona.
Kelly has the best average in baseball.
Yeah. So, other than that, though, I'll tell you what, because I've bet against them, I have watched them more than I thought I would have. The Marlins do not look terrible. They have a couple players who were like 24, 25, 26 who like missed last year due to like injuries playing this year. I mean, Max Mayer, I have a signed card sitting in our podcast studio.
Should tell you that used in forever.
Bought it last year. Before last year, he barely played last year because he was coming off Tommy John. So they mixed him majors and minors so he could build his innings. Pitched 6 innings the other night. I don't remember who they played. Who did they just play?
The Marlins.
Marlins just played who?
They just played the Reds.
Reds, that's who it was. Played the Reds, who I wouldn't consider a juggernaut offense, but I also don't think they're awful, especially offensively. 6 innings, 14 strikeouts. He only faced 18 batters. Struck out
that's pretty
14.
good.
And
that
they have
the Reds. The Reds have done that a couple times this year.
I know,
to be fair.
but still, they're 11-13. Let's be real. This is a terrible team on paper.
Yeah.
So I've been impressed on how they've played, especially some of their pitchers. And they do have like 1 or 2 good offensive players that are like 25 that you hope, continue to build. I have been impressed with the Marlins because I've bet against them a lot. But that Pittsburgh, man, Pittsburgh look forward to 1 day a week and then they just wait till Paul Skeens pitches again. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, and every once in a while he had one bad outing, and it's like, oh my god, our world's coming down for the Pirates.
I mean, they look forward to 1 day a week, and if it's not good, it's just, man, this sucks.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I'll talk about standings wise, and then we can move on. The Baltimore Orioles, they let Corbin Burns walk, not to their, they didn't want to, but he walked.
Yeah.
They have allowed the second most runs in baseball, tied with the Rockies. It's like 118 in 3 weeks.
That's crazy because the Rockies play in Colorado. They should be allowing the most runs, like no matter what.
It is by far. I will pull it up and give you an exact number. Team pitching. That's the best. The Baltimore Orioles, as we speak, have a team ERA, starters, relievers, closers, everybody, 5.57. They have given up 128 earned runs, the most in baseball, 31 home runs. So,
wow.
And they're 9-13 because their offense scores 8 a game. So they'll win a game 8-7 every once in a while, but they have a problem right now when it comes to their pitching staff. And especially in the American League East, I think they're going to be in trouble long term, but they're hanging around at the moment, so I'll give them that. But I don't really have anything else. And then Roy doesn't have anything. NFL draft, I don't think we're going to get a video up, unfortunately. We could possibly get one up tomorrow, but I just don't see it happening. We might have to just do a big recap. That might be our thing. Yeah. I just don't think we're going to get one up beforehand, though.
I've been trying to pick for weeks now where I think people are going to go in the NFL draft. I can't figure it out. There's so many question marks. I think 1 and 2 is about solid, and that's it. Everybody else, I'm like, I think Shador Sanders has to.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I haven't seen that almost anywhere. I'm not saying it's impossible. I can see it.
Is it Titans that have 2?
Titans have 1. And
then Giants have 2, right?
Browns.
Okay. Where's the Giants?
3.
Okay. 2, I have Hunter then.
Yeah, that's I have seen that more recently.
1, 2, 3 I can pick. I mean, I think it's going to go Cam Ward, Hunter, Shador.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I've thought it's going to be. Well, I thought 2 would be a little different, but for the most part, I thought the Giants would take Shador at 3. I have not seen him in the rumblings or the rumors to go there anymore. From what I'm seeing, either a trade back. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see people trading up, but it's possible.
I've heard about some teams going to be really aggressive this draft.
I've seen Cam Ward go 1. To me, Abdul Carter is the pick, but if they take Travis Hunter, I get it. I do. To me, if the Giants are not going quarterback, it's the other one, whichever one doesn't go. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter. And then at 4, to me, man, I agree with you. It's going to get a wild ride.
I just think that this draft class, it's very odd because you don't have a ton of sensational skill players. If it's my opinion, you don't have a bunch of crazy quarterbacks like last year or wide receivers. You have a ton of running backs, but nobody values those in the first round.
No.
So it's going to be a lot of linemen and D linemen, linebackers, things like that going first
wide
round.
Wide receivers thin this year compared to most drafts we've had recently. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see where Sanders goes. If I saw a report today that on a betting app, it's over under 21.5 on the pick, like over under his pick.
Really?
Like that's how far I've heard he's falling.
There's no way.
So I don't know. Again, everybody once they get close to the draft start buzzing rumors everywhere. So you
Yeah.
don't know what to believe.
If I would hammer that under,
Yeah.
hammer it.
Um,
The farthest fall I've seen in a long time of a QB was Will Levis, and he didn't even fall that far, did he?
Oh, he did. He fell to the second round. He was
Yeah, he did. You're
first
right.
pick, first or second pick of the second round.
Yeah, he did.
Because he was the only one in the draft room that didn't go first night.
Yeah.
Poor
guy.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Spot taken too.
I'm really curious to see where Genty goes.
I'm telling you, there's 2 spots. He is either going to go 6,
yeah,
or he's going 10. It's going to be one of those 2.
I saw 3 things all in one day. I saw the Jaguars are kicking tires to see if they want to pick Genty at 5. I saw Vegas. Now again, could all be smoke. You never know. I saw Vegas was cooling down on Genty, and I saw if the price is right, the Bears move up for Genty.
Bears are moving up if they can. Bears are hot on Genty. They want him and DeAndre Swift to be a duo like they had in Detroit for Ben Johnson.
To me, if this is and again, you don't know any draft compensation. If the Bears are afraid of Vegas taking him at 6, you obviously have to get to 5 or above.
Yeah,
that's next year's first as well. To go 5 spots to number 5. Again, it might not be. To me, that is.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
But it could be more as well. I don't know, but to me, if you're moving from 10 to at least 5, you're adding 2026's first.
I do think that Ryan Poles is willing to trade picks though, because we started the rebuild 3 years ago whenever he came into the league.
Yeah.
There's only 2 or 3 people left. I think there's 3 people left on the team before Ryan Poles, and Ryan Pace was our GM. He's completed his rebuild. He wants to start going for championships now.
Yeah, I agree.
We've seen him trade away picks already.
To me, the Bears' best window, I'm not saying it's their only window. Their best window is Caleb Williams on this rookie contract. It just is.
2-3 years from
that
now.
Was part of why I always thought the entire year when you guys had Justin Fields here last year, it made sense to move because then you can get aggressive. Now, maybe I didn't know it was going to be all this, but
they've made some moves.
I know, but I'm just saying, instead of paying Justin Fields 35, you're paying Caleb Williams 15. You can go splash everywhere else. Now, if you're talking about trading first-round picks, that's maybe a little different than being just straight aggressive. That's being very aggressive, but that's besides the point. I think if the Bears think Genty is the guy to bring them over the top, they should do what they need to do.
I think Genty's wanting to go to the Bears too.
Yeah.
He mentioned
to me personally, I wouldn't give up a first-round pick next year to move up for Genty just based off how deep the class is. But but if they do it, the problem is it's a deep class and everybody says, pass Genty, get the next guy. But what happens when the next guy goes at 18 instead of the second round? And then the third guy goes at like 24. Then then you start panicking.
Who's your second guy? Hampton?
I personally, I haven't deep dived enough to know that. Hampton is what I've seen everywhere. But from what I've read, if Genty goes top 10, they believe Hampton goes in the first.
Wow.
So
I don't know.
If Genty falls to 15, 16, I doubt that. I'm just saying. Then Hampton probably doesn't make. I don't know. It should be interesting. This is not a draft where you have that top end talent like we've seen.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of room. But also to me, I see this draft maybe not being boring, but I don't know if I'll see as much trading because trading down makes a lot of sense for a lot of teams. But if the draft isn't top heavy like that, are you going to have those teams trade those picks next year to go up? You can be a seller, but you have to have a buyer. And I don't know if you'll see that many buyers per se.
I'm going to have to pause you real quick. I'm literally about to shit my pants.
Okay.
I'll be back in like a minute or two. Then you want to jump into my game afterwards because mine has to do with the draft?
Sure.
Okay. I'm coming. Come on, Wrigley. Get out of here. You gotta go, bud. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. Sorry, Josh. I literally was holding my breath. I was waiting for you to finish your sentence so I could get up because I was about to die. All right, I'm back.
All right. Let's do your game.
One more thing I want to say about the podcast or about the draft. I forgot to say. If the Bears draft Tyler Warren at 10, I might go ape shit.
Don't want him.
I do not want a tight end.
Maybe Cole Kmet's days are done.
There's Bears fans that want to trade Cole Kmet for a 4th round draft pick and draft Tyler Warren at 10. They think that's our need.
I mean, some people think he's a generational tight end. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying some. Man, now I hope that happens. I want to see you go wild.
Oh, man, I'll go bananas.
And you know what I hope you do in the second round?
What?
Take a backup quarterback.
That'd be insane.
Yeah. Bears. I think
We have a backup quarterback. Do you know who our backup is?
Bajan.
No.
Oh, Chase Daniels?
We signed a veteran.
I know.
You don't know about this?
I do. I can't think of it. I'll know it when I hear it, but for some reason I cannot.
Legendary Redskin and Viking. The Kirk Cousins before Kirk Cousins. I know who it is.
I'm trying to think. I can see his face. Case Keenum.
Yep.
I was like, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him down the right field or down the right sideline to Stephon Diggs. All right, let's play your game.
All right. This is a game that I've been saving for a few weeks now. I saw a little bit of it going viral on Twitter, and it kind of made me mad. So, it's going to be a would you rather start a franchise with this player? Cam Ward edition. So I'm going to name players, and you have to say whether you'd rather have Cam Ward or the player I said.
All right, easy. Go ahead.
First one, Will Levis.
Cam Ward.
Tyrod Taylor.
Cam Ward.
Shedeur Sanders.
Hold on. Before I'm starting a franchise from scratch, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What was the last one?
Shedeur Sanders.
Cam Ward.
Anthony Richardson.
Cam Ward.
And I'm just going through starters right now. So some of these players are old. You obviously want a young guy. Derek Carr.
Cam Ward.
Drake May.
Drake May.
Okay. That is one that the people I watch say no to.
That's crazy.
Michael Penix Jr.
Michael Penix Jr.
I agree. We're completely in agreement.
That's close.
I also think it's close.
Not even, to me, Drake May
so
was
good at the end of the season, though.
Yeah, I know.
JJ McCarthy.
Ooh. I don't know because I've never watched. I literally have never.
You haven't watched Cam Ward play.
Yeah, it's true. Technically, if I had to throw a dice, I'd say Cam Ward.
Thank you. I agree with you. The motherfuckers I watched do it. I'm going to ask you one more before I say that.
Because I think McCarthy's floor is higher than Cam Ward's floor. That makes sense.
Yes.
Ceilings, though, are not the same. So
I'm going to ask you one more before I say this. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
These motherfuckers said no on Bo Nix, Drake May, and then yes on JJ McCarthy. I was like, are you kidding me?
There's no way that they said no to Bo Nix. And yes, JJ, I don't know who you watch. I'd unsubscribe and not watch.
Oh, you know who these people are. It's those 3 or 4 dudes that sit in a room, and there's always that one fat black dude with a somewhat afro, shitty haircut, and he says the stupidest shit in the world on TikTok. Okay, I'm getting back to my list. Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. That's yeah, I do. I take Bryce Young.
That one's kind of a toss-up for me. I would almost lean towards Cam Ward. Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Sam Darnold.
Cam Ward. Age, not talent. Age.
Yeah, I get that. Geno Smith.
Again, that one's more. I'd take Cam Ward, but still, that's age.
Yeah. CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
I'm pretty sure they picked him over CJ too.
They think this guy is a generational quarterback?
Yes.
They have to.
He's so overhyped this year because there isn't other quarterbacks in the draft class.
You said it perfectly. If he was in last year's draft class, he is a 3rd round grade.
This is exactly what I was going to bring up as soon as we were done with this game. Where do you think he would have went last year?
I'd have to look at the quarterbacks exact. He's behind
Caleb, Drake May.
He's behind
Nix,
Drake May.
Michael
He's
Penix
behind
Jr.
Who?
Michael Penix.
I think so, yes. Based off, even though he went way earlier than he should, he's behind Bo Nix. He's behind JJ McCarthy on last year's, coming out.
Yes.
Because JJ's not hurt at the time. He's behind him. It might be after that. I don't know who else is left.
But when did they draft a quarterback after that?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying I don't
Exactly.
know. I don't know when the next one was or who it was.
So annoying. Okay. Russell Wilson.
Cam Ward.
Dak Prescott.
Again, age. Dak Prescott is 10 times better, but age. If I'm starting a team, I'm taking Cam Ward.
How old is Dak?
33.
Yeah, maybe. Brock Purdy.
Cam Ward.
I might disagree with you on that one. I
I'm
think
never
Brock
touching
Purdy
that guy.
is.
I'm starting Tyson Bagent before I start him.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about that any further then. Matthew Stafford, age.
Yeah, but that's starting to get to the point where the talent is so much better. I mean, if I'm starting a team from literally there's not one player in the roster and I have to pick a quarterback first, yeah, but Matthew Stafford is so good that you're starting to get to that level.
Tua.
Cam Ward.
Baker. I'm taking Baker all day.
I agree. Because Baker's really not that old. He could play for another 6-7 years at least, probably.
Yeah. Jordan Love. That one's questionable for me.
He's still so young, though.
I know. It's just I don't think Jordan Love is that good if he's on a different team, but I'm not.
There's only one more player that I know for sure I'm going to say Cam Ward.
There's at least. Oh, okay. I think I'm about to say it, Jared Goff.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd take the goofball.
There's no.
I would.
The best Detroit Lions teams of all time were the last 3 years, and guess who lost in every playoff game they were in?
To be fair, their last one, I don't think he lost.
Didn't he have like 6 interceptions?
Well, their defense could not get a stop if they fell off a fucking boat.
Jay Herbo.
Thank
you.
There is not a whole lot better than Jay Herbo.
I don't know who you're going to talk about on this list then. Jaden Daniels. Patrick Mahomes. Joe Burrow. Jalen Hurts.
Cam Ward.
There's no way I'm doing that.
I'm sorry. Take away 30 touchdowns from the tush push. He's got the same stats as J.J. McCarthy had this year.
Take away those 30 touchdowns, though, and Saquon Barkley runs it in anyway. Any running back runs it in from the one almost every time.
I'm just saying.
I disagree. Jalen Hurts
has played one good football game in his entire life. That is
not true. He's outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice in a Super Bowl. It's not his fault they lost the first one.
Well, he did fumble the ball and lose the game the first time.
You can say that one fumble, but I don't think that's the root. You can say that. And then Lamar and Josh Allen.
Both of them.
Yep.
I think we're on the same page for Cam Ward, it sounds like, for the most part.
We are.
I agree. Now, do I think Cam Ward could be better than a lot of those guys? Yes.
Yeah.
His ceiling is very high.
I just can't wait for
so low.
I can't wait for Cam Ward to just be standing straight up in the backfield and just get blasted by Myles Garrett at full speed and just be the next Tua getting concussions because he just stands straight up.
Yeah. I understand why quarterbacks like Cam Ward go so high. There's things that you cannot teach a football player. You cannot teach him. It's like baseball. You can teach baseball, and I'm talking, once you get to a professional level, not like as a kid to professional, that big gap. You can teach a quarterback how to throw more accurately. Practice, drills. They can get a consistent motion. They can get more accurate. If you have a noodle of an arm, you are not throwing an absolute 95-yard touchdown. It's just not happening. You can't teach that. You also can't teach speed like that. Peyton Manning is not outrunning Lamar Jackson if he has 100,000 races.
He's the slowest touchdown of all time.
Yeah. So
where he did that little boot up to the corner. Nobody thought he was going to run the ball.
That was the Cowboys game. I was watching it live. Swear to God, I remember it. I knew he had the ball too. Is the worst part. But no, Cam Ward has things that you can't teach. But you have to progress. Another example, Josh Allen was like that. He was very raw coming from Wyoming. Had all the tools, though. He has blossomed into a literally the perfect quarterback, basically. Yeah. And that's why he was taken so high. Another example, Anthony Richardson. That dude has the best arm in football, I think. He
Oh,
can't.
man.
He couldn't hit a truck if it was sitting still. So could he? In 2 years from now, maybe get more accurate? Yes. And then Anthony Richardson has speed. He has the arm talent.
He's huge.
He's huge, but God, he can't throw the ball yet. And
No,
that was
he can't.
so. I understand the reasoning. If you believe you can coach the guy, by all means, take him. But you got to coach him. So I have a game. Actually, I had two. I'm gonna save one. I'm pissed because this is the one I've literally been looking forward to doing this game for 6 days. But I'm not going to do it because Roy's not here, and I know Roy and you will have a better answer than just you. So I'm going to do a different one. The game I'm going to do, can you name the 5 oldest players in Major League Baseball? And these players are on a team. This is not like a free agent.
I know I can name the 2 oldest position players.
Okay, go ahead.
Justin Turner.
He is number 3.
And the other one plays for the Diamondbacks. Is it Suarez?
I don't know if, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I don't know who this guy plays for. It's not Suarez.
I know the 2 oldest position players actively are on the Cubs and Diamondbacks, and it's Justin Turner and someone for the Diamondbacks.
No, I didn't think he played for the Diamondbacks. He does not play for the Diamondbacks.
I don't know if your list is right then, because I know that the 2 oldest.
I can look it up after, but I got this list like 2 days ago. So
okay. Justin Verlander, I believe, is one of the oldest.
He is number 1.
Max Scherzer.
He is number 5. You have 2 left. You have a pitcher and a position player. While you do that, I will confirm.
Is Clayton Kershaw technically?
He is not on this list. I don't know if it's because he's not on the team or technically, or
he is on the team. He's on the IL.
I know. I would assume he's not one of the 5 because I feel like he would be on the list.
Okay.
I have the list open right now, and this was posted 22 days ago, and it's the same 5 that I have.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna get these 2.
The position player, I can give you hints. Well, I mean, both of them are kind of hard. I mean, you know of one of them. The other one, you maybe know the name, but you probably don't know him very well. But I can give you the team they play for a hint.
Let me have one more guess.
Okay.
Is Bumgarner one of them?
No, he's not in the league anymore. The pitcher, I think, is more gettable. He currently plays for the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, I don't know any of Kyle Bradish.
No.
I don't really know. I haven't not watched the Orioles one time yet this year.
The position player plays for the Padres.
Maybe it was the Padres I was thinking of whenever, because it was a team that the Cubs was playing somebody.
Yeah.
And they were like, the 2 oldest are playing each other right now. It is the Padres that I was thinking of.
Then yes, this is the position player. Again, I do not believe, actually I can say this confirmedly, he does not play every day. But he is on the team, active team.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it was.
He is known, now this might not help you, but this would have helped me. He is known for playing for the Astros during their run.
I can see what he looks like. I'm trying to remember his name. I just watched him play last week against the Cubs.
Oh, you know what? I know. Maybe you got him mixed up, but I think I know why you said Diamondbacks.
Why is that?
His brother plays for the Diamondbacks.
Oh, okay.
You know his brother.
Well, it's not the Naylor brothers.
No.
Is it like everybody on the Diamondbacks team's last names sound the same to me? I always get them all mixed up.
You got any guesses?
Like Guerreros or something like that?
It's not Guerrero, no.
It's all Hispanic names, and they're just
Yeah.
mixing together. I can't remember his name.
You got any guesses on the pitcher?
No.
The position player for the Padres, Yuli Gurriel.
See, I knew it was a Hispanic. That sounds something
Lourdes
like
Gurriel Jr. is his brother for the Diamondbacks. The pitcher, known for playing for the Braves for a long time and the Astros during their run, Charlie Morton.
I didn't even know he was on the
Orioles.
If you would have told me Braves player, I might have gotten it. But
41 years old, 10.35 ERA, makes $15 million this year.
That's crazy.
So that's what I got.
I was watching the Cubs Padres, and they were like the two oldest position players are playing against each other right now.
Yep. I thought that was a cool one because I didn't know that Yuli Gurriel was that old, or I didn't know Charlie Morton was that old either, because he was really good the last few years for Atlanta. So
you want to know what's crazy about Justin Turner, though? His last 14 years of his career are way better than like the first however many.
Oh, He
like switched his. Do you know how he switched his position, his batting stance?
No.
So he used to be way outside of, or way as far away from the plate as he could almost.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a pitcher on the team take his bats and analyze it and say, "How would you pitch me?" And the guy was like, "You hit everything on the outside, I believe." Or
Inside.
Inside.
Because he was far away, the barrel's hitting inside.
Yes. He was like, you hit everything on the inside. Even if you're tied up and it's a ball, you can still hit it out.
Yeah, because
he's like, if I was you, I would move all the way up to the plate. So he is like one of the closest batters in all of baseball to the plate. I think the only other person's like Ozzy Albies. And he gets his bat. He has such a tight swing that he can still hit the inside, and it boosted his career to what he became.
Nice. I don't have anything else. I'm really excited to play the other game. You'll do good on it. It's very simple, but it's just hard to get all of them. But it's very simple and easy. And I'm curious if you and Roy are going to get all of them. There's 13 answers. I'm not going to give you the question because I don't want you to see something and then you'd be like, oh, I'll remember that. So
I almost had 2 games too, and I can't remember what the other one was.
So I'll save it for you and Roy for next week. But
all right.
Hit the like button, subscribe, comment. We'll see you next week. Peace.